I agree with you. I just don't like
why
the
don't you
delivery.
share
I don't think you've watched some
what you think
betas debating.
are weaknesses with men in society today?
What's that?
If you truly are telling me that you have an objective view, I would like you to share what you think are some weak areas of men in our society. Honestly,
What does that?
Because I want to see if you can actually be objective or if you're just a mouthpiece for your husband.
Oh, you think I'm just a mouthpiece?
I do.
Well, I've never heard that one before, guys. That's brand new to me. I'm just a brainwashed
I guess I couldn't
woman.
think with my
Just answer the question, Rachel. Just answer the question.
woman brain.
Yeah,
So
I can't think.
To do something
well, clearly I can't think with my woman brain. But if you'll be quiet long enough to let me talk, I'll explain this to you.
All ears.
We know how to be friends.
It's because men generally, there's a male hierarchy, right? If you're a man and you act like a little bitch like that, you get beat up. You get stuffed in lockers. You get a swirly. Women are the only people who run around going, I know that you're correct, but I just don't like the
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
delivery. It made me feel a certain way. I'm in my feelings and I don't like the way that you said it.
It wasn't the way you drove, it was the tone.
Right, and then men who act that way are being feminine. They're being beta feminine bitches, and they get put in their
women
place.
have different tactics.
So
they use social isolation. They use defense. They have group
which is
tactics.
why
When it looks different
when
than
you're
how men
parsing out the
are
truth,
aggressive.
when
Female
you are,
aggression is different.
When you are parsing out the
Okay.
truth, you don't cater to women's stupid fucking feelings.
So
about
you don't
it. Does that
value
make sense to
femininity?
you?
Okay, so
You don't
I value femininity, and femininity means you sit down and you be quiet when people are parsing out the truth and telling you what's what.
Really?
You don't sit there
Why are
and
you
go,
here then?
"Oh, I don't like the way that you." I'm here. None of my wisdom as an older woman.
She's still not answering the question. She's still not answering the question. That wasn't the question at all.
To let all of you know that you're full of shit and you're
But
being ridiculous.
why aren't you at home being quiet and fulfilling your
When I'm
feminine
at
role?
home, I am.
She got a hall pass.
But you're here.
When I already said the patriarchy.
But I would like you to
answer.
answer my question, and I will respectfully listen, but I would like you to answer my question. And the reason I ask it is because I want to see if you are able to view male and female strengths and weaknesses objectively. Because this podcast, and I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and assume because it is this
So
podcast.
you just want me to name a weakness of men?
I would like to see
women talk.
where you think are areas of men in society that are weaker points.
Sure,
Yeah.
I would say that where men tend to go wrong is by being so desirous of women and putting them on a pedestal that they kind of go along and they, fluff them up and go along with their nonsense because they want pussy. And I think that's probably the biggest weakness that a lot of men have.
There you go. That wasn't so hard, was it, Rachel? It took you a while. It took you a while, though. And the reason why Rachel Wilson received this criticism is the same reason why Andrew Wilson also received this criticism. The focus is always mostly on the woman and hardly ever on the men, who, by the way, are supposed to be the leaders of society according to the Bible, biology, and reality. By the way, I'm actually glad Rachel admitted it because that is precisely the root of the problem. It really is. And here's why.
Make more than a doctor, and I capitalize off of men. You guys are my biggest fans, even if you're haters. I made over $400,000 last year, and it is all because of you. So you guys want to keep clowning on sex work? Keep it up, because if you guys just came together as a whole, as men, we wouldn't be in business. We are profiting off of you. Thank you. Keep subscribing to our OnlyFans. Keep talking shit about sex workers because we are making so much more money, and I'm about to be at fucking $1 million this year. So keep it up.
She's 100% right. Men are the problem. It's men that are funding the sex industry. It's men that are simping for female attention online and on the streets. It's men that are paying for OnlyFans. It's men that have created a market that allows females to profit from sexualizing themselves. And why? Well, the simple answer is because men have become morally corrupt. Because men have given up on their moral leadership role. Keyword, moral. Because men have forgotten their biological gender roles. Personally, the way I see it, to me, men are the real feminists. Think about it, guys. What does feminism tell women to do? It tells women to be promiscuous. It tells women to sexualize themselves. It tells women to be proud of being sluts, whores, and so on, right? Now, what are men telling women to do when they pay for OnlyFans? What are men telling women to do when they simp for their attention online? What are men telling women to do when they try to have sex with them outside of marriage? Exactly. They are telling women to do the exact same thing feminism tells women to do, which is to be what? Promiscuous. And what makes it even worse is that men are supposed to be the leaders of women, of children, of society. So when the leaders start telling the followers, with their wallets by the way, that they're willing to pay to see them walk around with hardly any clothes on, that they want them to record themselves having sex and sell it, that they want them to have sex with them outside of marriage, what do you think the follower, aka the woman, is more likely to do? That's right. They are more likely to follow the leader. What do you think as a result will happen to society? Exactly. Society will morally decay and head towards self-destruction, which is what's happening right now, right? We all know the dangers women face when they decide to live a promiscuous lifestyle. We all know how undesirable a woman who has a promiscuous past is to men that's looking to settle down. I mean, just look at the statistics. Since the sexual revolution in the 1970s, marriages have been steadily declining. By 2030, 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 are predicted to be childless and single. Listen, it's not a coincidence that the more promiscuous women become, the less men want to commit to them and marry them. Hence why the birth rate has declined below the replacement rate. All of the other feminist tenets like join the workforce and pursue a career, the right to abort a child and the pill, the idea that men and women are equal, all of these tenets are really there to help women live out a promiscuous lifestyle. For example, a woman that gets married early in life when she's 20 is less likely to live a promiscuous lifestyle than a woman who is pursuing a career after university, which means they are also more likely to abort children or be on the pill, not to mention sacrifice their fertility. So why do I put the blame more on the men than on the woman? Because God, biology, reality says that men are the leaders. Men are the gender tasked with protecting, providing, building, inventing, sacrificing, and ruling. Why? Because men are physically strong and more logical. God, biology, and reality say women are the opposite. They are the bearers of children. They are the nurturers, carers. Why? Because they are physically weaker and more emotional. This is why I put the blame on men more. If men were to say collectively, we are not going to simp for female attention, we are not going to fund the sex industry, and we are not going to pay for OnlyFans anymore, the majority of the problems we have in society would literally disappear. Single baby moms, divorces, children out of wedlock, youth knife and gun crime, the sexualization of young girls, sexually degenerate young men. I'm telling you, it would all disappear. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. All right? Peace.